for a second, but they placed a baby on the side of my grandbaby that they got a baby carrier out here and everything. So I know that they worship ancestors. And one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna always respect, you know, what people have going on in that sense. I don't have to participate, but the baby, whatever they're practicing, is on the side of my grandson. There are candles lit, baby carrier, and all kind of stuff out here. And I'm starting to look a little bad. What happened to us just putting flowers down or whatever. But um, I'm not. I think that the message that I got out of that is that you know um, at some point we have to let go. You know, we're not worshiping the dead, but I am looking forward to seeing my grandson in life, and meaning that we don't talk to dead spirits. The Bible tells us that the return of Yahshua, that when the sky cracks, I mean, he said that basically that the dead in Christ would rise first. And so we're going to see the dead rise. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for his eternal life. I'm not looking for him to come back. I mean, that I'm speaking to his a dead soul. I don't worship any dead things. So I just came to see if the grounds were cared for, and they have all kind of baby strollers, and I don't know what's happening out here, and it's starting to look. I guess people don't want to bother them, but it's. I realize that maybe my time of coming out here is up, and I'm looking for um, his spirit to be caught up, and so I'm not looking for this place anymore. And maybe my time is up here. But let me go on and share with y'all what the word is today. And I just want you to go here, and we're not going to stay here too long, but I want you to revisit this. In Genesis 19 and 1, Genesis 9, just going to read it, and I'll stop at certain things. And I have a few questions for you, and then we're going to end the scope. Let's pray first. Father God, we just thank you for this moment and this time. Father, I thank you for holding my grandson in your arms, in your bosom, and I appreciate that so much. And I'm asking that, he's happy and he's well, which I know that he is. And so I trust his life with you. And Father, I just ask that you would give people peace that have lost someone, that is grieving, that is broken, Father, that's missing the people that are important to them, that you would carry them through, Father, until they are to meet those being this hour. Cover them, protect them, and give them peace, and remind them of the joy that that day shall be. And that's what we should celebrate. And we just thank you for that, Father. Protect the scope and let your word go forward. Hallelujah. All right. Genesis 19 and 1. Y'all know the story of Lot, but I just wanted to bring a couple of things out that I noticed. It says right here in 19 and 1, and there came two angels to Sodom at eve or at the evening time. And it's so funny that I didn't even notice that I mentioned that it's evening here. It's like 12:14. But pay attention. It said that two angels came to Sodom at eve. And here Lot was, it said Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. Now the church always made us think that he was sitting in Sodom like he was happy with sin or whatever. Um, no, I don't believe that. I'm just gonna read this and I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. It says, and there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. Then, had anybody ever thought that maybe Lot was sitting in Sodom and Gomorrah just like we're sitting? We're sitting at the gate. We are in Sodom and Gomorrah right now. And now it blows me away that I see this so different now. It I read it to you again. I want you to hear it. It says, and there came two angels to Sodom at evening. Here they are at the evening time, not the day and not the night. Right in the at the evening of the day. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. Aren't we in the city? Aren't we in the state? Aren't we in the center of everything? And it says, and Lot seeing them rose up to meet them. Wouldn't that say that he was sitting and waiting? He was sitting in the gate. We are in this place. And I don't know about you all, but honestly, I feel like I'm sitting and I'm waiting. It said that Lot sat in the gate. He's inside the gate of Sodom. Here we are in this place with all this going on, judgment on the earth, earthquakes in diverse places, floods, uh, mudslides, tornadoes, sandstorms, earth going up, folks, in certain places, hail in places that nobody, I mean, like the size of golf balls. And they even talked about snow was in South Africa at one time. So people are getting like an influx of these weathers, and we don't even know if they're. I think they what wasn't there's like a wasn't there like a volcano in St. Martin at one time? So we are seeing the effects of some turbulent weather. The atmosphere is something. Stay here because stuff is just that bad. He said, I pray you to tarry here all night. And then he said, and wash your feet. What? Get the filth of the world off of you. This place is dirty. It's nasty. Come on in this place. But here, come wash your feet. Get the stench up off of you. And it said, and then rise up early and then go your own way. He didn't even realize that they were coming for him. He recognized them. He invited them in. And then he said, wash this up off of you. Please stay. Don't go. At least stay for the night. And you could turn around and leave in the morning. But the angel said, no, but we will abide. It says, well, we will abide in the street all night. Now, they saying they're going to stay in the street. And it says, and here in 3, it says, and he pressed upon them greatly. Now, this is Lot pleading with these angels. And they turned in unto him. So he convinced them, don't sleep in the street. Don't stay out there. Come on up in here. And they entered into Lot's house, and Lot made them a feast and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. Now, just so y'all know, I can't see no comments, okay? So I don't know where they are. Let me say hello, salute to Haps, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and Twitter. All right. So let's go. 4:19 and 4, and I'm in Genesis. It says, but before those angels laid down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom. So it said the men of the city and the men of Sodom. So I don't know if that, maybe they was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm not sure at that point, but it made reference to all these different men from 2 different places. And it says, even the men of Sodom, they began to circle around the house, both old and young. So that makes me think that everybody was turned out. Everybody. It said men, old and young. All the people from every quarter. Could that be? Now it said from every quarter, meaning wherever they lived, every neighborhood, they was all circled around Lot's house. Now, think about it. They keep talking about this zombie apocalypse or what have you. And don't this kind of seem like some zombies folks coming in, circling your house for something that they want? Man, that make me wonder what all will happen. What all do they plan on doing to our men? That if at this place everybody was circled around, it's just I don't know. Let's just keep going. I'm not gonna read nothing into it. I'm just gonna keep going. All right, I'm in 5, and it says, and they called unto Lot and said unto him, these the men, where are those men which came in to thee this night? Now keep in mind, the angels looked like men because they kept referring to them as men. So I don't believe that nobody really recognized that they was angels. I'm assuming that it said Lot rose up to meet them. So Lot recognized them, but I don't think the other people did. The other men just knew that they were some men, and they saw them as fresh meat that they wanted to have their way with. But they never referred to them as angels. He called them men. So let's go right here. All right, in 4, it says, but before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, circled the house around about, and both old and young, and all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said to him, where are those men in which came in to thee this night? Bring them out to us that we may know them. And y'all know in the Bible, anytime they said no, they meant have sex with these men. All right, for all of these people. So you know if they were men asking for other the men that came into Lot's house. So we are clear about what their desires and their nature was. All right, so in 6, it says Lot went out the door unto them. Now Lot went out the door and he shut the door after him. Now I always wonder, why is it that they didn't try to molest or rape Lot? It's just that was always in my mind. But I really believe because he was Yah's, he belonged to the Most High. So apparently he had some type of protection, a seal, even to the point that the angels were sent. Now let's find out if they were sent to Lot necessarily. Let's go back up to 19 and 1 in Genesis. It says, and there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, somebody sent in a message, sorry. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. So apparently, come on, yeah, go with me. I don't know, but I'm just going to read it the way I'm interpreting it. Lot saw them, saw that there was something different. He got up because they didn't look like these other folks. Maybe they didn't have no switch in their step. Maybe they didn't have a arm broken, they hand pointed down, or maybe they didn't have some type of look. It was something different that Lot saw them while he sat at the gate, got up and went and met these men. Like, hey, I don't know who you are, but come on, y'all. Obviously, they didn't look like these other men. So I don't think that he recognized necessarily that they were angels, but maybe he recognized that they didn't look like these men over here that are standing around his house. And at that moment, he knew, okay, y'all ain't ready for what's going on out here in Sodom. Y'all come on. Don't no, please don't stay in the street. I know y'all came to be here all night, but come stay in my house. Stay to the night. Wash your feet off, because I don't want none of that grimy stuff up in my house. Wash your feet. Come stay with me and stay overnight. And then wherever y'all gotta go in the morning, y'all go from there. But just stay here. And Lot began to feed them. And so in my mind, I really don't know if Lot really knew that they were angels per se. I believe he just knew it was something really different about them. And he was so tired of what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah that he welcomed these men like anything that just some peace, something different. Y'all come stay in my house. All right. Now the men of Sodom obviously didn't know that they were angels at all. They just was looking for men to have their way. And maybe they didn't really care. I'm not sure. But all they saw that it was some fresh meat. Y'all, hey, Lot, you had some men come up in here and we want to know where they at. And you need to send them out because we want to have our way with them, or we want to know them. All right, let's go on. 19 and 6 in Genesis. And Lot went out the door unto them, and he shut that door behind him. Like, you know how y'all go out when you don't want nobody to know somebody there. He went out the door, put his back up against the door, shut that door, and was like, look now, hold up. This is what Lot said. Look, I pray, I plead with you. I'm praying, brothers. Do not so wickedly. Don't, and I'm gonna paraphrase here so people can get it. So when you're reading all of the dusters and the vows, Lot was like, look, okay, look, listen, hold up. Don't come here with all that wicked that stuff. Take that all down the street. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all got each other. So why y'all standing up here? Leave these men alone. Okay. And then it says 8. Behold now, this is Lot still talking. I got two daughters. Now people used to say, well, why would he offer his daughters up? That wasn't love. Well, he was just stalling time, in my opinion. He knew those men didn't want his daughter. He knew that they were had an alternative lifestyle. He knew this. He been watching it the whole time. He know that they didn't have no desire for women. And it says right here, behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me. So he was really trying to say, y'all just get it straight. I mean, I got two daughters, they virgins. I mean, this is the way y'all supposed to be. he wasn't necessarily sending them out there to rape. It's just, I think he was just really trying to stall some time. And he was saying, this is the way you're supposed to be living. I got daughters, there are virgins. I mean, come on, straighten up, get right. All right. And then it says here, let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you and do you to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. So now we stand corrected here because obviously uh, Lot knew it was something important about these men. And so he did say, take my daughters and do whatever you're going to do to them, whatever you see fit and pleasing. But he was stalling time. He already knew these men did not want no woman because if they did, they wouldn't be standing around his door and he wouldn't have had to hide the men and tell them to wash your feet and come on up in here and all that kind of stuff and stay and I pray you. So he knew that these men didn't want his daughters. I think he offered it, just really trying to like push these men on away from the door from these men, from the angels. Let's go. And then he says, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. I'm a paraphrase here, like in today's terms. Like, look, these men stand at my house. I'm basically this is my company. And you know you're not getting ready to have your way with these men. They in my care and leave it alone. And so apparently they had to respect Lot to some degree. I believe that they knew that he was a man of God. And not that they really cared about that, but apparently they knew that God's seal was upon Lot because for some reason they could have pushed their way on and in, and they probably were going to do that. But for Lot to even be like, they my company, so gone away from here, but here it is right here. I guess the angels had heard Lot out there pleading and offering his daughters up and all of that. And maybe that's what Lot was doing, talking loud enough so the angels would hear or whatever. So they know, look, I'm out here and I'm trying to keep these Negroes and these crazy folks away from the door here. And so this is what's happening out here while I'm talking to them. And at that moment in Genesis 19 and 9, it says, and they said, the angels basically said, stand back. They came on out the door and told, uh, no, wait a minute, do I got it right? And they said again, oh, it came out to sojourn who needs to be a judge now. Okay, sorry. At this point, this is the all of the men in the village standing around the house. They said to Lot, stand back. And they said again, like they probably raising their voices at this point. Look, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will need be a judge. Like, how you telling us what to do? Now, will we deal worse with you? And so basically, they said, look, we done left you alone all this time, and you out here like you got some authority and some rank, and like you the judge.